Well, hello there, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of Glen ZB TV, the show that puts Glen ZB up your periscope. Is it a bit creepy me doing it that way? A little bit, isn't it? This is all the important news from, well, New Zealand and around the world. This morning, straight from the Daily Mail, proof, positive, that we all hate our kids. Children, apparently, according to a survey they've done, are the most fun to be around at age 5. Of course, that is the finding of a survey of 2,000 families asked to rate how much fun they have with children at different ages. And so for the person who needs advice on how to deal with their kids, my advice is don't deal with them. Nearly 40% of parents surveyed say their children were the best at 5 because they'd started to communicate properly and develop a good sense of humour. If you can't laugh, what can you do? Hello Brazil, welcome back. The research found parents think the most difficult age is between 10 and 12. I reckon there's probably just as many parents who said the most difficult age was 5 and they were the most fun at 10 and 12. When asked to rate, this is the really telling statistic, when asked to rate the percentage of parenting that was fun compared to hard work, the majority of parents say it's a 50-50 split. I think they misunderstood the question. That was the split between hard work and absolute agony. We're not a fan of parenting. I think people who are into parenting are people who haven't had kids yet, basically. Now, while we're speaking of families, how are weddings like funerals exactly? This is a news story. This is actually running in our news bulletin today, here in New Zealand, on New Zealand's largest network radio station. Funerals are now like people. Somebody wants to know if I'm Moby. Maybe. Funerals are now like weddings, and the Funeral Association of New Zealand hopes people will start planning them in the same way because the Funeral Association is holding a trade show. That's right, the Funeral Expo. It's mostly for the funeral people, not for the public to go along. But it's the same kind of thing, like a wedding expo. And when you really think about it, there are a lot of similarities between funerals and weddings. Everybody gets drunk at both of those things. Both of them cost way more than you think that they're going to, and you think they should. A lot of people turn up at both funerals and weddings who you didn't really want to be there. If you video them, that's a video that you'll never ever get around to watching. But the good thing there is about them both is there's always free food there. So that's good, isn't it? Now, somebody from Sweden has said that they're sorry about saying that I look like Moby. What's wrong with looking like Moby? He's a very successful sort of musician. Is smashing up lots of different bits of old music together with a bit of a backbeat underneath on GarageBand. Is that really being a musician? No offence, Moby. Where is he now? Still in his bedroom mixing that stuff up, I suppose. Now, school. Another study. A lot of studies to talk about today. New research has shown that kids who snore exhibit poor academic behaviour, apparently. A study of data from 12 countries, led by Otago University, which is a university here in New Zealand, has found that children who snore don't do as well at school. Now, this to me sounds like one of those studies where they've taken two things that happen at the same time and have confused the cause and the effect. I don't know that snoring is necessarily the reason that kids aren't doing well at school. And I do wonder sometimes if school is the reason for the snoring. I know I spent a lot of my school time snoring, and my statistics teacher was really annoyed about that. They should make the chairs a little bit... He should have taken a leaf out of my 5th form maths teacher who insisted on having the window open all year round for the fresh air, even when it was -2 outside and the fog was coming in. Never forgave him for that. Maths teachers are funny things, aren't they? It's one of the best things about becoming an adult is not having to go to maths anymore. Now, what did you want to be when you grew up? I know what most of you are shouting out from around the world. You're shouting, You know what I wanted to be when I grew up? I wanted to be an official from the Japan Toilet Association. Right? Japan's luckiest lavatories have received a government award for their spotless appearance in a hard-fought contest among the nation's prettiest and most practical loos. Somebody suggested they wanted to be a fireman when they grew up. What a weirdo. Somebody else wants to know if I'm being paid to do this. Sort of. I wonder if they mean that did they mean that as an insult? Like, surely somebody wouldn't really be paid to do this? Or did they mean, when I grow up, I want to do what you're doing? Is that a job? Somebody else said they wanted to be a philanthropist when they grew up. I don't think that's true. I don't think you want to be things that you can't spell when you grow up. Anyway, most people, we were all agreed, wanted to be an official from the Japan Toilet Association. They've sifted through nearly 400 applications. Oh, sorry, some clarification now. So the person who wanted to know whether I'm getting paid to do this is just confused because it looks like I'm in an office with people behind. Yes, these are my colleagues. We make radio shows, and then this is just like a little sideline for me. So I'm sort of being paid to do it. I'm not quite sure that the people who pay me know that I do this. And when they find out, they might stop paying me to do anything. Can we get back to the toilets? Japan has 400 great toilets at least. And the main criteria are cleanliness, safety, comfort, creativity, and sustainability. It's important. You do want to be able to sustain your toilet. And I like a safe one, definitely. I don't like too much danger when I go to the toilet. I'm not sure about the creativity. I don't know if I'm not sure whether you can have a creative toilet that's also safe. Maybe I need to go to Japan and research this a little bit more. If only I had grown up to be a member of the Japan Toilet Association. Anyway, study hard with your maths, don't fall asleep, don't snore, and you can end up, just like me, doing this, possibly getting paid, possibly not, who knows. I am Glenn ZB. Thank you for having me up your Periscope. I'll see you tomorrow.